When I was 20, I met Dan, and it wasn't traditional, but I met him through a friend, and then we got to talking. I found out that he was going through a divorce and that he had a kid.
We were trying to hook her up with my roommate, and my roommate was pretty hesitant, so I kept talking for him on the phone, like texting for him. I was like, if you're not gonna ask this girl out, I was like, I'm going to. So I ended up asking her out, and then next thing I know, we're engaged, and then next thing I know, we're married.
So when I found out I was pregnant, it was really scary.
She gets a call into jury duty, and she's like, I don't know if I need to go to the hospital or something. So we take her to the hospital, and they find out that the baby has a blood clot on her brain.
Of course, the feeling of my child's dying inside of me, you don't really know what to do. But when we found out what we needed to do, they admitted me to the hospital. They started checking my vitals, checking her heart rate.
They do an emergency C-section.
The 1 pound, 13 ounces, no, 1 pound, 12.9 ounces, 13 inches long. To see that is crazy. She was in NICU and everything, so gosh.
It's okay.
Things were going really well, and then the blood thinners that they gave her, she started having internal bleeding, tearing, and so that's 2 days after she was born, she passed.
Sometimes you feel like you're reliving it when you talk about it.
I became pretty bitter, very bitter actually. My relationship with God, I see other people, and you can drive around and see, what this person has, has their baby and the life they're living. I don't feel like I'm a bad person. I give to charities, and I was volunteering time and stuff like that. And why my baby? Why is my baby taken from me?
We really didn't reach out to the church. I mean, we were going through grief. We were angry. We were, questioning why us, why me.
Afterwards, my parents, they were trying, you could say they were trying, make sure they were there for me, but at the same time, they needed to be there for themselves.
Sarah didn't get pushed to the wayside, but she's got a lot of resentment. I was going through a custody battle with my ex-wife. She was choosing a lifestyle of drugs over her.
It got rocky, and I had to step in as a full-time mom, and I had to be there for Sarah because she didn't have that figure in her life.
Junior high was horrible. I hated junior high. So when I started 7th grade wasn't as bad. I had met some people. I was new with everyone else, so it didn't feel as weird. But in my 8th grade year, it was I was already settled in, and people were like, well, we can be rude to her now. And so a lot of people started being rude to me, and that doesn't process well my emotions. My biological mother tried to contact me, and that really messed with me and brought me to the point where I felt like I didn't have anyone. I didn't want to talk to my parents about it, which I regret. I didn't want to talk to my friends about it. I didn't want to talk to anyone about it. I was too scared to express my emotions. I ended up trying to kill myself.
Stayed up late one night to watch a movie. I hear a crash into the TV from the girls' room.
We tried everything, to get her to wake up.
She throws up in the bathtub, and she swallowed a whole bottle of pills. And we went to the emergency room, and I remember the entire time just praying along the way, please don't let anything happen to my baby. I can't lose another one. We got her taken care of, and I'm just stressed beyond belief. I don't think I've ever experienced that level of concern, except for when Alexis passed. I hadn't talked to God in a long time, and the first time I was talking to him was when, it's hey, asking for something again, and that was my asking for my daughter's life. And I think he realized my prayer before I even said it, because he put me into a position to be awake when that happened. That was kind of for him telling me that, enough's enough, time's time. It's time to come home. So that put me into the position that we decided to come here join Forest Park Church.
That day I'll never forget because Dan was so angry before. He wouldn't have stepped a foot back in church because he was just so angry with God. And I will never forget, he was like, we were on the other side of that wall because God put us there.
They were like, well, you, considering how much you took, you could have died, but it's not just a coincidence that you didn't. And that really was an eye-opener for me, I think.
I'll never forget the first week we came here. Walking through the doors here just made us feel so welcome. It was nothing like whenever I was a kid, nothing like that. And then the messages kept corresponding with what was going on in our lives.
It just, one week after another, you know, Sarah sat there and her first views, you know, she was just kind of sad. She was very ho-hum about it. And then her ho-hum turned into, you could see her mouth along the words to songs. And then you could see her, you know, then she wasn't just standing like this anymore, you know, lip syncing, and she's actually standing up singing. You know, it's kind of one thing led to another, and then she's, you know, she's talking about, you know, that she's, you know, she's accepted Jesus Christ. She prayed and she accepted Jesus Christ as her Lord and Savior.
But like, I remember on the first day I ever did communion, that was the day that my house burned down.
That was scary.
Felt like that was kind of like the devil trying to say, hey, you know what, I don't have my hands off of you yet.
But I will tell you, one thing I did not think was, why me for the first time? Why me? I didn't think that.
Around April-ish, actually, is whenever I started getting interested in getting baptized.
And she just came to us and said, I want to get baptized. So, of course, at this point, I am too. I'm ready to also walk with you. So we did it together.
After Alexis passed away, I remember about November of that year, they became pregnant with Addison. And I think that really was a gift to them.
I have a God that didn't give up on me. So why should I give up on him for everything he's done for me?
He's interacted the whole time. His hand's been in it. I didn't see it, and it might have took a heavy-handed approach with the stuff that happened last year, but he knows how to paint his picture, and that's what he did. So, really happy about it. Sad that we were in the position that we were in, but I'm happy with the outcome.